This NFL QB Yardage Props edition of the Sports Gambling Podcast is brought to you by Edge Boost. Edge Boost enables you to double your bet with no interest. Go to sportsgamblingpodcast.com/edge to get started today.
Hey, this is LeGarrette Blunt, and you're listening to SGPN. Let it ride.
Cox. He's one of those guys who will get penetration.
Welcome everyone to the Sports Gambling Podcast. I'm Sean, stacking the money green with my partner in picks, Ryan, Real Money Kramer. What's happening, Kramer?
All right, apologies. Some pre show testing. I'll bring it back up because it looks pretty good.
Yes.
Just sad representative of all Boston, Mr. Bill Simmons.
If you're not watching on youtube.com/sports gambling podcast, you missed out. Of course, we're going to recap a little bit from that awesome Game 7 win by the Heat. Man, did we make a lot of money, Ryan. I mean, Heat series over 5.5 games. I know you got Jimmy Butler early for the MVP price. Our edge double down plays that we gave out last night were really good. I know you had
fire.
You had Caleb Martin to have the most 3-pointers in the game, 8-1. I mean, when you said that one, and when Scott said his Caleb Martin over 9.5 rebounds,
he laddered
at
the
plus
rebounds.
390. Yeah,
I mean, a lot of hopefully your account hasn't been limited. Let's just put it that way, because we may have ruined basketball. We may have ruined the finals for you. In fact,
yeah. I mean, Ryan, again, we are the ultimate script writers. I know a lot of people going. I think we mentioned it on last night's show. They got the pages mixed up. They were
stuck together.
The second and third.
That is a disgusting
just like Michael
act.
Jordan and Jimmy Butler's mom, allegedly.
Second and third act got turned around there, but yeah, I mean that was just an
Jimmy
awesome
Butler winning in Game 7 like he did. More evidence that he's obviously Michael Jordan's heir.
Yes, get those Heir Jordan t-shirts in the sports store.sportsgamblingpodcast.com. Use promo code AIR HEIR 10% off. Perfect little merch item to rock here for the NBA Finals. We'll be doing a whole NBA Finals preview, but I mean when Jayson Tatum showed up in that like anything is possible jacket, I was elated. It reminded me of when Cam Newton showed up to the Super Bowl with those golden shoes. I go, oh, unfortunately I was on the Panthers and Cam Newton. This time I was going against it. When you see that, you go, oh man, this is great. When they're trotting out the 2004 Boston Red Sox, you go, this is awesome. As a Heat better, this is what I needed, because part of me was thinking, oh man, did they miss their chance losing Game 6? But then the celebration, the we believe, the elation that Boston Celtics team had in Game 6, it was beautiful, and they made everyone Boston believe they were special. Hey, we're a special team, we're a special franchise, we're a special sports city, and they got fucking punked in Game 7 by an 8 seed. It's one of the happiest I've been for a team that's not my team, and yeah, made some good money on it, but it wasn't cash in DraftKings.
What makes you so happy?
I don't know why. Just seeing those, I bring up the Bill Simmons photo again. Just seeing these Boston fans just so bummed out. It lights the hater fire in me, Ryan.
You know what we did? You know what didn't happen last time that Boston was in a real tough predicament? They didn't give the 1 if by land, 2 if by sea to the fucking Brits ahead of time. The celebration of getting there, the celebration of getting to a Game 7, very odd. It almost reeked a little bit like that the Cincinnati mayor going a little bit too far.
Yeah. No, it was
Call it a little bit too far.
Same thing. You go. We didn't need that.
No.
We didn't need that.
You just got you lost by 20. You played your fucking backups like it's a college game.
Jake,
the greenies were on the court, Sean. We saw NBA greenies.
I did retweet my own tweet of
oh, that's nice.
The Boston Celtics having 4 white guys out on the court. So it's not all bad for the Boston fans.
Yeah,
I was able to bump that one back up into the queue. Great recycling of material there. Jake Paquin in the YouTube chat, of course, the merch god himself. He was on Heat money line, Vegas money line, over 5.5 goals, 13-1. It's just a great Memorial Day.
Jake hasn't kicked that parlay habit, I see.
Why should he?
Hashtag Legends Only.
D Bettis, aka DMF and Bettis. And you're listening to SGPN. Let it ride. Eagles. He's in the chat. Our boy Serial. He's here. And we're here. We're live again. We'll be live on YouTube Sunday to Thursday, 8:30 Pacific, 11:30 East. Oh man, it was just an all timer. Just an all timer. Now we're gonna get a lot of Jimmy Butler wine memes. It's really a great day. And burying the lead. Happy Memorial Day.
Wow.
Again, big thanks to everyone who served. I'm rocking my sweet. Speaking of Jake, my sweet SGPN USA hat. Had to trot it out for Memorial Day. And yeah, shout out to all the troops. Always appreciate that.
Sean, next chance to root for the United States, the Women's World Cup.
Oh,
will Soccer Sean be coming out?
I thought you were talking about the under 20 quarterfinals.
What the fuck
for the World Cup.
I walk in and Soccer Sean is randomly on the couch watching the NBA Finals, discussing the U20
friend of the program, Ryan Connor, was
jerk off conversation.
Was filling me in on what's going on in soccer, and I was being polite and listening. Right, I'm a polite guy.
I do enjoy talking soccer with Connor, but then he always goes way too deep.
Yes,
way too deep.
He is a true footy, as they say.
Yeah, he was very excited about that new guy that joined the U.S. team, so that sounded fun.
All right. Hey, we are going to talk some NFL futures.
Real quick.
Yeah.
Last
anything
thing.
else on
last thing? Yeah, just to reiterate that Caleb Martin play was really sweet, really fucking sweet, really fucking sweet. And if not for that stupid fucking putback layup that we now know is pointless, Sean, we would have.
I mean, the 11-1. It was sitting in my queue. It was there.
But yeah, and I think the one thing you failed to remind people that we also, AKA I also gave out, Heat win game 1, Heat win series.
I did forget that.
9-1. Let's fucking go. I was telling you earlier, I'm basically free all these beautiful NFL futures like the ones we're about to discuss that I've already locked and loaded for this season. Which, by the way,
I've seen Kramer's pending bets. It looks like a manifesto.
The scroll time is up to like 4 to 5 seconds. Basically, all being paid for by the Miami Heat and shout out Brooks Koepka and the Live Tour. I did my 3 days of Live Tour time. Hey, it was fun. Best part of the Live Tour, the audio of the fans just wanting Brooks Koepka to do whatever the fuck he wants. All right, let's talk NFL.
Well,
Jack and your pleasure centers.
I think Brooks is having a pretty fun time.
By the way, I guess in hindsight, and I'm driving down to a youth soccer thing, and I'm telling the wife about how I'm fading this guy because he's been doing cocaine all week and partying. And he's like, "Isn't that what people do?" Or she goes, "Isn't that what people do when they play golf?" And I was like, "Oh shit, that is a valid point." He played pretty well for a guy who had definitely still had cocaine in his system.
Hey, before we get to our NFL future, shout out to Edge Boost. Have you signed up for Edge Boost? If not, you're missing out. Imagine using your Edge Boost to cash the Miami Heat at plus 420. Man, I mean, those props we were giving out, just straight fire. Edge Boost is awesome. Again, it enables you to double your bet with 0 interest. Again, when Edge Boost came to me, they go, "Hey, we got this double your bet boost." They go, "Oh, so what? Then you killed these guys with the vig?" They go, "No, 0% interest." I go, "All right, I'm listening." And it's you pay it back over 4 equal weekly installments. Again, easy to use, easy to set up. Again, head over to sportsgamblingpodcast.com/edge. Sign up today. They're offering up to $2,500 in advances, up to $2,500 that you can add to your bankroll. Imagine having that extra flexibility when it comes to betting. We will be giving out our Edge Double Down play of the day at the end of the episode. sportsgamblingpodcast.com/edge to get started today. Must be 21 years or older to use. Only valid in legal gambling states. Problem gambling, call 1-800-GAMBLER.
We were just discussing the Boston Tea Party.
Yes.
What were we being taxed on the price of tea by England back then, Sean? What percentage?
Oh, it's something comically low. It's like 3%.
25%.
Okay.
Yeah. Not, I could see.
I thought it was. I
could see breaking some barrels over
well,
that.
I mean, some of these. We're in the state of California, right? We should be throwing tea in the ocean right now.
Yeah, with the way they're taxing the medicinal plants in this state, it's ridiculous.
Gasoline, everything.
You get an electric car, Sean. Come on, join the revolution. All right. So we thought it would be fun to talk some quarterback props here. We got.
Just keep going, Ryan.
First up,
trying to get rock hard over here.
First up, well, we're going to talk most passing yards, like a futures market, and most rushing yards for quarterbacks. What do you want to do first?
Start a little QBs. Why don't we start with just rush yards for quarterback? I think that's a pretty interesting market.
Pretty small market. They're not listing everyone, so you can't get down on your favorite pocket passer, although they did include a couple. All right. From the bottom to the top, how Geno Smith. Racism is the only answer I could figure out. Why Geno Smith is listed here at 60-1.
Let me.
He's a pocket passer. Geno Smith is not a scrambler. There's he should not be on this list. Sam Howell should be on this list before him. It would be like putting Derek Carr on this list. Aaron Rodgers not on this. Tua's not even on the list. There are guys who actually could probably scramble, not on the list. Geno Smith on the list.
How many rushing yards?
Justin Herbert's not on the fucking list.
How many rushing yards did he have?
Are you looking at it?
Yeah, I'm looking at it.
Last year.
Yep,
180. That feels like a high estimate.
348.
Really?
348. So okay.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, let's see. He Kareem Hunt 468. Because you have to go down so far to find him. All right. This is who he was next to. Rashad Penny, again, who didn't play a bunch of the season. He actually. You know what? Sorry, it's 366 according to NFL.com. I think some of that still was like.
Yeah, I'm looking. You're right. 366
sacks or whatever. But
which, by the way, was not far off from Kyler Murray.
He did have more rush yards than Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah,
Mahomes at 358
and Trevor Lawrence. I'm a little shocked.
Trevor Lawrence only 291. Interesting.
All right. So with that being said, basically the odds are fairly comparable to last year's result, but Geno Smith is 60-1. That just seems absolutely comical. Patrick Mahomes also fairly comical at 40-1. You mentioned he had 358 yards last year. Just not the way it's going to happen. So after that, you have Dan Jones 14-1.
This is interesting.
Obviously, I'm a homer, and this is one of the prices that stands out to me. They were a run first team last year. They brought in a bunch of dudes who were fast. I have to imagine him running the ball still part of the offense.
Yeah, and
as we all remember, second fastest straight line speed in the league after Lamar Jackson a couple years back. I'm going to 2 years ago for stats.
So he had 708 rushing yards in 2022, almost as much as his previous. He just barely beat the previous 2 years combined. Now, of course, this was the first time he played the entire season. Of course, he sat out game 17. I broke that news here on the podcast. But Ryan, I mean, if he stays healthy, I think he's certainly in the mix for most rushing yards as a quarterback.
There are 5 guys I think you can say are going to get the needed carries to get there. Anthony Richardson being the wild card, but there are 5 guys who can get, whatever you think you might need, 130, 135, 140 carries, some sort of volume that's going to allow you to get there. Dan Jones is one of them. He's 14-1. So certainly interesting. Josh Allen 10-1. As Josh Allen's mind regresses because Brian Dable is no longer with the organization up there in Buffalo, does this become Josh just goes back to running the ball more? Because if you really,
he did outrush. He's pretty consistent. Like he had 762 last year, almost exactly the same as year before, 763. Year before that, 421, 510, 631. So he seems pretty consistent
And
in this range.
In a normal year, you don't have Justin Fields running for 1,100 yards. Right in that 6 or 760 range. Like this past year, Lamar had 764, Josh 762. I know Lamar missed some games, but we've all heard him talk about passing the ball more than running the ball. Last year, Sean, leaders 784, 767, 763. So that seems to be a more realistic kind of benchmark. Is can you get to 800 yards? Josh Allen, to me, I mean, he's right there. Look at last year, Sean. If you look at the stats from last year, Josh Allen was 2 yards behind Lamar, who was in second. And then, like you said, kind of an outlier season for Justin Fields.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, he might have that outlier season again. 160 carries is going to be tough to deal with. He's probably the only guy that maybe Jalen Hurts goes back to that well, but even that seems like a high projection for him. So Josh Allen at 10-1 is probably interesting to me again, just kind of playing the low odds guys.
Well, yeah. And coming back to,
and why is he going to pass more? Like he's not a guy that I'm projecting as like, oh yeah, he's definitely going to throw the ball and more and run the ball less.
Who?
Josh Allen's
Josh
going to,
Allen?
yeah, I'm saying Josh Allen, I think is going to run the ball equal amount at minimum.
Yeah, I would say.
Why would he run the ball less? No one's there to tell him not to. He doesn't respect Ken Dorsey.
No, well, supposedly they're going to try and run him less. But to your point, like you saw it with and without Dable, it was almost the exact same amount of rushing yards. Just coming back to the outlier season that was Justin Fields last year. Previously, there had only been 3 times where a quarterback rushed for over 1,000 yards. Michael Vick once. Yeah. Lamar has done
5 yards.
Yeah,
1,005.
Yeah, Lamar has done it twice. So, I mean, again, it is a bit of an outlier. But now we have, Lamar and Justin Fields going in at the same time.
Lamar had 1206 the year before, and another kind of just anecdotal trend as I look the last couple years. Basically, and Lamar was basically the guy to lead the league in most of these cases, but can you get to 150 carries? Like, are you a 150 carry quarterback? Probably need it for this.
Well, and Beezer Picks is in the chat saying D Hop is going to Buffalo.
All right, so scratch Josh Allen. Is that what we're saying?
All
right.
This is interesting because it's 10-1.
Just from a pricing perspective.
You know what? Yeah, you're right. At 10-1, I think it's worth a sprinkle.
And then I'm out.
I'm not going to take Daniel Jones because he's Daniel Jones. But I do think that's a good value. 14.
Anthony Richardson's plus 450. And then all right. So so question 1: can he get 150 carries?
I mean, you have Jonathan Taylor. That's the other thing.
So 150 is he starting game 1?
I think he does start game 1.
If he plays every game, can he get 10 carries a game?
Yeah, I think he can. I just
price
don't.
Is horrible.
The price is horrible. The scenario of Anthony.
Never seen him had that many carries. Never seen. I don't know if I could believe you could talk me into a world where Dan Jones or Josh Allen does it because they have some big plays. I don't see that happening with this Colts team. Yeah. I don't know how they're gonna. How are teams not going to put 11 guys in the box against this team? Yeah, I until he can prove that, I'm out on Anthony Richardson. I'm out,
especially at this price. Like if it was 15-1, or if he was like some
why
crazy
is he not the same
shot
price as Josh Allen or Dan Jones?
Yeah, like he needs to be double digits. He's getting just insane hype, and I get it. He's interesting in best ball because it's this. Hey, maybe he completely blows up, whatever, but not at plus 450 to lead all quarterbacks in rushing yards. That's crazy.
It really is crazy that they. It's kind of crazy they put him on the list. I think I have.
No, he should be on the list, but like 15-1, 20-1, something like that.
350. We have Jalen Hurts again. He showed he had 160 carries last year, so he can hit the threshold he needs. Even in that season, I don't have it. Let me pull it back up. Even with those 165 carries, he only had 760 yards.
Yeah, and I want to point this out. His yards per attempt dropped from 5.6 in 2020, 2021 5.6, and then 2022 is 4.6. But I think what you have to realize, a lot of that they're using, especially last year, they used him so much on short yardage, and I think kneel downs do count against your quarterback rushing yards. So you count all those QB sneaks on 3rd and 1, 4th and 1, and the goal line, and them kneeling it down. That's another like 15.
It's a great point.
Carries that. And I think they stopped using him. I don't think they did that much designed run stuff for him.
Basically, the difference between Justin Fields and Jalen Hurts, where there's kneel downs, those 400 yards of kneel downs.
No, I
understand. I was more just joking the eye that Justin Fields wasn't kneeling the ball down.
I think as far as like going from like his yards per attempt, I think that's partly why it's down. Is all that? Yeah.
All right, next up we got.
But because his rush attempts per game went from 9.3 in 2021 to 11, and he wasn't. I mean, just eye test. He wasn't. If you took out QB sneaks, I think that would be down to like 7 because they sneaked him so much last year.
Well, in 2021, Jalen Hurts did lead the league.
Obviously, I love Jalen Hurts, but at this price, man, I don't know. Like,
how do you play any of these prices?
Yeah, I might add Daniel Jones. I'm gonna do it just cause. No, I can't do it. But
it's a good.
I think the best play is Josh Allen, Daniel Jones, one in each conference. And and I'm jumping ahead here, but
so Jalen Hurts is 350, Lamar is 250, and Justin Fields is 2-1. So basically, Lamar. If Lamar doesn't miss games, Lamar wins this title. He didn't win it in 2022, but as we were discussing earlier, he was in second place with only 12 games. The year before that, Jalen Hurts just eked him out by 14 yards, and Lamar played 3 fewer games, and then he was the leading rusher the 3 seasons before that.
But can you? I guess to that point, can you trust him to get to a full season? I mean, back-to-back 12 game seasons.
I certainly wouldn't play him as a favorite, seeing as though they're coming out saying they're going to pass the ball more. I do think that running is part of his game, and he's still going to have. To me, he's the best combination of he's the best runner. He's the best runner to me, and he has the best chance of creating like large output rushing games to kind of have these like chunk games where he puts up like 180 because he's broken a couple. But I don't want to bet on it this year because it seems like he's dead set now to prove us all that he's a passer again. Well, we're back to that conversation.
And worth noting here, everyone. So you think running backs, receivers, even those guys don't really get to decide the play in the same way that a quarterback does, right?
Yeah,
so you actually have an impact directly on your rush attempts. You can decide whether or not to scramble. And the fact that he has this mindset already this many months out that says, I'm not going to be a scrambler. How can you trust him at all as a favorite? There's no value there in Lamar Jackson.
All right. So heads up bet. Would you take Lamar or Justin Fields?
I would take, that's a good question.
Justin Fields is like minus 150 or something like that.
That's a good question because I do think Justin Fields doesn't rush as much.
I'd probably go Hurts versus Lamar. I would take Hurts as a dog.
Yeah.
Versus Lamar rushing yards. That's actually probably how I would play this. I would take Hurts versus Fields and Lamar in heads up matchups if possible. 350 not cool. Give me Josh Allen too. I'll add 2 as well just because these.
So wait, you're Josh Allen, Daniel Jones.
Just the price is. The price is wrong, Bob. If these guys get hurt ahead of them, that's the other thing, right? It's a horse race.
Yeah,
we just need one of these horses to trip.
I'm gonna ride with Josh Allen. The consistency.
You don't want to come join the Dan Jones, aka Danny Dimes, aka Vanilla Vic.
I mean, I'm debating whether or not I can do it because partly it's insulting to Daniel Jones that he's only going to be rushing and parlay Daniel Jones. Most rushing yards with adjusted under of 18 passing touchdowns.
Very.
If we can get a book to set that
very
price,
clever. Yeah, get someone to put that up. All right, but they're all cowards. They won't do that. look, and by the way, if I'm sure you were watching because we have the Darren Waller Dallas Goedert bet, but Darren Waller looking pretty fresh in practice, Sean. Looking pretty fresh.
I'm pretty nervous.
All right, let's move over to the most passing yards market. Do you have any nuggets on this one? I feel like sometimes you cut me off as I'm in the third or fourth position with some interesting facts about the.
Oh, I usually like to bring up the past winners, but this is kind of it's who you would expect. Mahomes dominated. I mean, Mahomes dominated by 52-50 compared to Herbert at 47-39 is just insane.
It is. Is this one of those like, so we start at the bottom, we have these guys that are 100-1. Is it even worth it's probably not even worth taking long shots in this market. Cause you have to have a certain volume. You have to have a certain ceiling of passing volume. And there's probably less than a half dozen guys that have it.
Well, and last time we did this, cause I'm looking back, I think
Really?
I did, or I'm looking back at past leaders, and I think I gave out I think I gave out Brady last year as a long shot for the passing yards. And my logic was he would get a ton of passing attempts, and he led the league. He did end up leading the league in passing attempts by a good 34 attempts. He just had jack shit for yards per attempt. I mean, he ended up losing by 500 yards to Mahomes. I mean, Mahomes kind of beat out everyone. So, but Brady was the passing leader in 2021 with 53-16. Before that, it was Deshaun Watson.
You have to know when to come.
Before that, in 2019, Jameis Winston. So I think Jameis Winston probably was a decent long shot. He helped his case by having a ton of pick sixes and always be in throwing situations. Then Roethlisberger. In 2018, then Brady, and then Drew Brees, Roethlisberger, Peyton Manning, Drew Brees. So maybe look into dome quarterbacks as well, kind of keeping an eye on them. I think you have to be a veteran to get this, and obviously you have to be pretty secure in your job. But yeah, you can rattle.
Have to be good.
You can just keep rattling off some of the long shots, and I'll stop you if anyone.
Well, real quick, worth noting, you did give out Zach Wilson last year.
Yes.
100-1. Throw that out there. We both liked Herbert at 9-1. We were just too cheap to take Mahomes at plus 850. That was the looking at last year's results.
Oh man,
I know what idiots we were. All right, so starting at the bottom, 100-1 tier, we got Justin Fields, Anthony Richardson, Desmond Ridder, Sam Howell. Obviously, Sam Howell, you could say, hey, he's got the same offensive coordinator that got this done last year with Patrick Mahomes. Yeah, I would say keep moving. 85-1 tier. Baker Mayfield, Bryce Young, CJ Stroud, Mac Jones. All of them are dead, right? No chance. CJ Stroud, bad Houston team potentially.
No, because you're a rookie.
65-1. Kenny Pickett, Dan Jones.
No.
Raise my eyebrow at Kenny Pickett, but that's not going to happen on a Steelers team. 55-1. Why he has better odds than any of the guys we just talked about. Jordan Love, no thank you. Lamar 40-1.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Now
Lamar's agent and say, hey, Lamar, go do something special this year.
So, all right.
I mean, Stetson Bennett was slinging the rock all over the place with that Todd Monken offense there.
So basically, if you combine 2022 Lamar Jackson passing yards with 2021 Lamar Jackson passing yards, you're still not beating Patrick Mahomes.
So we're rationally passing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, I see the case, but his career high is 3,100.
Deshaun Watson. Do we have to do another sinful thing and suggest Deshaun Watson?
Man.
They're a cold weather AFC North team.
Yeah,
no
that's
way,
the other
right?
thing. There's too many good defenses in that division. I'm gonna pass.
Yeah, it's probably the right thing to do. We took a stab on him. No more. 25-1 tier. Matt Stafford, Geno Smith, Jalen Hurts, Jimmy Garoppolo. Jimmy G might not be playing football.
Oh yeah.
And Russ Wilson.
Move it. Can we? If Tom Brady ends up being the starter there.
Tom Brady, get on over it. All right, so I do think it's wrong that Jimmy G is on the same tier as these guys. It's a strange place to put him. I definitely don't think he has the same potential as Matt Stafford, Geno Smith, or Jalen Hurts. Russ, I guess you can talk me into it. You mentioned Drew Brees a couple times. That's a Sean Payton guy getting the passing title. I don't think it's the same thing with Russ over there. They might try to be running the ball a little bit more.
Yeah.
This is probably you probably can make an excuse here and say Stafford. To me, this is if Geno. I don't like any of these guys actually.
Matt, again, Stafford I think is interesting.
No, you're
because
right,
he's had like, in 2021 Super Bowl year, he did have 4,800 yards. He's had,
but those Lions teams, he had yardage years, but that was because their defense fucking sucked every.
Right, but don't you think there's a world where their defense sucks? They're essentially playing in a dome. I mean, he had 5,000 yards. He had. Here's the thing: if you think the Rams are going to be bad, they would still have Cooper Kupp. Could he have a season like he had in 2012, where the Lions were 4-12 and he still threw for 4,967 yards? I think I keep finding
what's the number?
To like.
How many yards do you have to have?
I think you got to be close to high 4,000s.
All right, so Stafford threw for 5,000 once, 4,900 once, 4,800 with the Rams.
Yep.
So I guess doable. My question would be is let's say Cooper Kupp gets 2,000 yards.
Yep.
Who's getting the other 3,000?
Ben Skoranek.
3,000 yards. Who's getting it? Van Jefferson's gone. Tell me another guy on the team.
I thought Van Jefferson's back.
No, Van. Oh no, sorry. Right. Van Jefferson's there.
Yeah, and he's healthy.
I was.
It's a trio of Kupp, Jefferson, and Skoranek. Tyler Higbee, okay. Tutu Atwell getting the deep ball going. Puka Nacua, Ryan. Okay. Remember that name.
I'm out.
Puka Nacua, first touchdown.
Have fun.
All right, I'll take Stafford.
20-1. We got Dak.
Well, what about Hurts? We have to talk about Jalen Hurts.
No, we don't, Sean.
Ryan, he went from 3,100
25 to 1. Get the fuck out of here. That's embarrassing.
He did go from 3,100 to 3,700. I do think he's going to get. I do think they're going to throw more, and
he was 50-1 last year.
He'll get more than 4,000 passing yards. But I agree.
How many throws do you need?
Their defense is too good. They're too good at running the ball. He doesn't turn it over. He doesn't create situations where the game gets out of hand. So this is a compliment to Jalen Hurts by not selecting him.
Mahomes threw the ball 648 times.
Well, D-Battis is making a case for Hurts, saying that we're going to be playing a lot of passing teams this year.
You guys,
I would say that we're going to impose our will on teams like the Chiefs, the Bills, barring the field conditions. And slow things down.
He's averaged over 650 attempts over the past 2 seasons. How many attempts did Jalen Hurts have last year?
Jalen Hurts?
Yeah. How many attempts? How many passes did he attempt last
460 is my guess.
That's the exact number.
Wow.
Guessing you're looking at it. 460 is well short of 650.
No, I just said I think he's going to.
Why are you misleading your clients?
I didn't say to take it.
You did. You said we had to talk about.
We had to talk about.
We don't need to talk. His odds should be no different than Justin Fields, 100-1, in my opinion. Moving along, Derek Carr, Aaron Rodgers, Dak Prescott, Rain. They're all 20-1. Sean,
don't want any of these guys.
Oh, Aaron Rodgers. With Garrett Wilson and Alan Lazard, Randall Cobb.
I mean, Aaron Rodgers had a guy. He had Randall Cobb and Devontae Adams.
Did you see
in their peak, and he was still low 4,000.
You see Aaron Rodgers grooving at the Taylor Swift concert?
No.
Oh, you didn't? I mean, look. A lot of people have been saying mean things about Aaron Rodgers for dancing at the Taylor Swift concert. Here's my take on it. Dude was having a good time. Not playing football, not thinking about playing football. Probably, I mean, who knows? I assume he's there with Randall and Allen, maybe trying to get down on some of that Taylor backstage action. See what's going on back there. Aaron Rodgers is interesting to me. Narrative guy. He's not going to get the volume though.
No,
none of these guys are.
Nope.
Right.
So you have no one so far.
No
right?
one.
Okay.
I
That's
don't
fair.
think.
I feel like it's.
I don't think this is. If you,
I feel like it is a fairly chalky award, but I'm still making a case for Matt Stafford, especially
your
if you
Matt
think
Stafford love is hilarious this year. It's very
it's
consistent.
just a situation. The market's so bad on
Jared Goff 18-1.
All right, this we definitely have to talk about. I mean, do you think their defense has gotten so much better?
No.
And there's a world where Jahmyr Gibbs isn't that great. And Ryan, I know you thought it was impossible to make a big jump as far as passing yards, but he went from 32.45 in 2021 all the way up to 44.38 last year.
Oh, good for him. Good for him.
I like Goff in the dome with his receivers. Amon-Ra St. Brown. I still think their defense leaves a ton on the table. Yeah. I think they throw the ball a ton. I think he's going to get some easy garbage yards. Checking it down to Jahmyr Gibbs. TJ Hawkinson was big for them. I like this at 18-1. I really do.
He could be this year's Jameis Winston. Of course, Jameis, most passing yards in 2019 on that Tampa Bay team when he had famously 33 touchdowns,
30 for 30
and 30 interceptions,
30.
First and only player to ever do that. That was a strange year. Dak was second. And do you know who third was that year?
Nope.
Mr. Jared Goff.
Yeah. No, he's been in the four. He's had, let's see. He's had 1, 2, 3. He's had 2 seasons. He's had 2 seasons over 4,600, and he had 4,400 last year. I'm totally in on this.
Yeah, I mean, Matt Stafford and Jared Goff walk into a bar. Sean, what are you doing here with these futures? Trevor Lawrence 16-1.
It's passing yards. No, don't want any part of Trevor Lawrence.
I can't imagine he's going to have enough attempts either. Like at least
I see
Goff is the first guy who I think you can make the case will have the attempts. Josh Allen 12-1. See, this is
someone please isolate that noise.
This is interesting to me.
Well, because he had the attempts in 2021. He had 646 attempts, which is what you need. He only had 4,400 yards. Now, the other case for him is his passing yards have gone down the past 3 years. 2020, of course, where I miraculously called for him to be the number 1 fantasy quarterback. I went off the board, nailed it. 4,500 passing yards, and then 4,400, and then 4,200 last year. So his passing yards continued to decline each season.
So yeah, I mean, I'm out.
They are a regular season team. I don't know.
Tua, 12-1.
I mean, you can totally see the scenario, but a guy with such a soft brain, do we really?
Whoa! What do you mean?
He's prone to concussions, and at 12-1, him to stay healthy.
Where did he finish on this list last year? Let's play a game. So he played in 12 games.
13.
He started 12. Games 13. Well, it says games 13, started 12, whatever the fuck that means. Anyway.
I don't know. Pro Football Reference says 13 games started.
I'm looking at Pro Football Reference for 2020. Oh, I'm looking at 2021. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
I mean, what is that year was much worse, but even this year,
yards per game 272.
It's not even close to where you need to be. Even if he does get the attempts, he's not getting there. This to me is a bad price.
Yeah. I mean, even if even if he did play 17 games at 272, he's only getting a 46.
Why are both these guys better or worse odds than Goff?
I don't get it. I don't.
That doesn't make sense. The fact that you're
getting Goff at 18-1, these other two don't make sense.
Yeah. All right, moving along. Kirk Cousins at 10-1. Now, who is making this bet? Who's making this? But now, that being said, Sean, they improved their passing attack and their defense got worse.
And I think I misspoke when I said the Lions have Hawkinson. Obviously, he's on
the Vikings. You dummy.
Well, you didn't correct me, Ryan.
You're right.
I'm self-correction.
There's a lot.
I confused him with Sam Laporta and Brock Wright and James Mitchell and Shane Zystra.
We're a Brock Wright program. He's the starter. He's tight end 1 in our eyes. Kirk Cousins at 10-1 is legitimately
No, dude, the Kirk Cousins case is pretty solid.
643 attempts last
Three years
year.
in a row of plus 4,000 yards. He has the best receiver in the league. He plays in a dome.
Can throw pick sixes to help his case for yards.
Yeah, and could they be playing from behind because they regress off that 13-4 record?
And they gave away their pass rush, AKAs at Arius Smith. It just seems like they're going to be a bad defense.
No, and why? Again,
cap problems.
Just comparing the case for Cousins is pretty good.
I hate it,
but I think
it's good.
I think the case for Jared Goff is pretty good. Like, to me, the case, if I was setting the odds, I would have Jared Goff and Kirk Cousins pretty even. The fact that one's 18-1, the other's 10-1 doesn't make sense to me.
You like that? Yeah, I don't know if I want to bet Kirk Cousins. Maybe I'll mark it in pencil for now. But I'm sure you're going to mark it because you're collecting all these hilarious cast of bets so far. If you take Cousins, Goff, and Stafford. All right, we'll think about it. I might circle back and take a piece.
I'm staying away. I get why it makes sense at 10-1, but I'm not doing it.
Last three. We'll do Burrow and Herbert first. They're both 7-1. To me, fire my one and only bullet at Justin Herbert. He was 500 yards.
No, man, that's different. This is the Chargers year.
This is their year.
No, come on. They got a new guy. He's a new coordinator.
699 attempts last year with a conservative play caller. I don't think the defense is going to be that improved, and they're
yards per attempt career low for Herbert.
Very clearly going to be.
Now maybe that was that rib injury.
New offense.
Yeah,
and the injury.
And he did crack 5,000 in 2021.
This is so obviously the only play for me. I think he takes a massive step forward. I think this is it.
Justin
7-1. This is the play. Patrick Mahomes is plus 452, which loser. I mean, that's loser talk. Sean,
yeah, we should have taken it at 8-1 last year.
We're doing 850. So dumb.
I mean, and Burrow, he's
AFC North. I'm out.
Burrow's really good, but yeah, there's a ton of cold weather games.
Can we just make a rule? I know Big Ben won the passing title a couple years back, but he threw the ball like a zillion times that season.
Yeah, I mean, Burrow did throw it 606 times last year for 4,475. So you're kind of in the ballpark, but I don't see how does he jump up a ton?
Almost impossible to win.
Well, probably more yards, but the NFL took it away for the Bills. That whole heart injury, whatever happened.
Oh wow. He just wasn't feeling like Zion that day.
No, shout out to DeMar Hamlin. He's a dog, but yeah, you probably even a little bit more if you count if that game would have happened and finished playing it. But at 7-1, I would definitely take Herbert over Burrow.
Yeah, so basically, I was just going.
Herbert
back
gets
in time.
a lot of easy yards too, and they drafted Quentin Johnson. They're clearly going out of their way. But one of their receivers are going to get
the
busted.
Cowboys discarded their pass first offensive coordinator to get more run first, and the Chargers hired.
I'll actually put Justin Herbert on my list.
That's only play.
Mahomes is probably going to win, and it's going to be annoying because it's plus 450.
No, I don't think. I don't think so. I think Herbert. This might be. I think this is the kind of thing. We'll say this is like a Sunday 10 a.m. side bet. Spread bet. Yeah. Let's do that.
We do have we had already hit on it, but drastic changes in the YouTube chat saying, I feel like we didn't talk a ton about Trevor Lawrence. We kind of just blew by him. Why are you out on Trevor Lawrence, Ryan, at 16-1?
Well, now that I think about it more, and the fact that I do think he has the path in terms of where his games are being played. I think it's hard to do it when you're going to have cold weather games.
Yeah.
I think.
I mean, he's got
Trevor, but that
bunch of dome games.
That team will not be. I don't think that team will provide him enough passing attempts. Now, Calvin Ridley being back, very exciting. I'm a big Calvin Ridley guy. I think. I mean, do you think Doug Peterson is going to have an offense with a quarterback that leads the lead in passing? Probably not.
It's possible. I mean,
They're going to run the
obviously
rock.
he's from the Andy Reid coaching tree, but as far as his play calling, he did like to run the ball more than Andy. And obviously Andy having Patrick Mahomes skews this, but again, he got up to 584 passing attempts. I don't see them. Yeah, it's just a tough scenario for me. He's in this weird space where it's like the fit. I'm not as high on the Jaguars. Again, remember he did throw 4 interceptions in the NFL in the playoff game at home. They still won that game. He's in this weird scenario where it's like the odds meeting. I think he's not as hyped up as he should be, or he's getting too much hype, and then the price. I'm just out.
So now that we've made it through, anyone other than Trevor Lawrence, to me, Trevor Lawrence is probably like Tua and Josh Allen. Unlikely to me that they have enough. They would have to be otherworldly efficient and get more volume than probably they're due to get. Any other guys that we want to circle back on?
No, I feel good. Matt Stafford, Jared Goff, Justin Herbert. You're just on Herbert, and then for the rushing yards, just give me Josh Allen. And you're on Josh Allen and
CJ Stroud keeps talking to me.
For what?
Most passing yards. they're not.
What is he saying to you?
They're not going to pull him.
Okay.
Is it possible that he's just like slinging? No. It's in the.
I mean, they have Damian Pierce, Ryan. I mean, we'll get to that. When we do
that's
the most
what
rushing
the
yards.
defensive coordinator aspect of it is what scares me. Yeah, let's walk away from this situation. Kenny Pickett.
I mean,
also
is he? Do you think he's Dan Marino?
No, Kenny Pickett could be though.
All right. So the NFL's all-time single season rookie records, most passing yards. Who was it, and how many yards? Just give me a guess here.
Rookie passing yards.
Yeah, it's kind of obvious if you think about it a little bit.
It's recent. It's Justin Herbert.
No.
Nope. Who is it?
Well, let me tell you, Ryan. He's currently backpacking through Europe.
It's Andrew Luck.
Andrew Luck. I mean,
and what, like 4,000?
4,374. So even Andrew Luck coming out of nowhere,
That's
11
true.
and 5.
That defense was horrible.
Defense was horrible. 11 and 5, throwing all the time in a dome. He only got to 4,374, and so.
Have you?
I think it's just impossible for rookies.
Unrelated, but we kind of were talking rushing stuff earlier. Did you see Adrian Peterson?
Oh, he's not retired, Ryan.
Adrian Peterson plays a game in 2023.
I think
yes is plus 400. It's down. It's down to plus 400.
Only plus 400.
No is minus 700.
Who would you rather take, Adrian Peterson or Tom Brady?
Oh, Sean, I thought you were going to ask me Tom or Zeke or Adrian Peterson.
Oh, okay, that's a fun bet.
Easy question.
I think you had a Freudian slip there. You almost called him Adrian Peterson.
Oh,
pleading out his cases.
So, I get Kenny Galladay or Zeke. Who will get a team first? Any update on that? Kenny Galladay still unsigned. Zeke still unsigned. Another story. I don't know if you saw this, Sean. Last thing, we can get out of here. But Zeke, once again, someone alluded to the fact that Zeke not signed because he's unwilling to take a backup role. He's not going to play football this year.
Take a personal year. I mean, him and Andrew Luck in the same youth hostel would be really fun.
Zeke will just go full-time streamer.
Full-time streamer. Hey, fun show. A lot of fun. Shout out to the Celtics for sucking. Got a great week of shows coming up. We got the NHL Stanley Cup Finals. We got the NBA Finals. We got a sweet NBA Finals contest. Download the SGPN app. Get that exclusively on the SGPN app. Win a $100 SGPN gift card. We'll be doing a whole preview touting that.
So neither one of the finals starts for days.
I think Stanley Cup.
I think it's the third, right? I think it's even at
Saturday. Yeah.
Yeah. It's even later. What are we doing all week?
We'll talk about football.
Okay.
Yeah, maybe we
Deal.
can squeeze a little baseball in, Ryan.
Yeah.
I know you're.
We just talked baseball. Maybe college baseball. I could go back to the
get a
college.
little more.
I saw Noah had to put out a show late. He was apologizing. It didn't make it out till 6:30 a.m. Eastern because the odds dropped late. So
yes. Well, and Ryan, of course, the USFL. I don't know if you saw, but
are they still playing?
That's classic New Jersey Generals talk. But
geez.
I went 3-1 again, hitting my lock, hitting my dog of the Michigan Panthers, and really the gamblers blew that game. I probably should have had a 4-0. I mean, my run on the USFL picks is insane. So make sure you check out that pod.
Greatness. It's Jimmy Butler and Sean going neck and neck here.
Thank you for participating in the Sports Gambling Podcast.
Make sure you smash that subscribe button, download the SGPN app, get all the free picks, all the free podcasts, and the free SGPN NBA Finals contest for the Sports Gambling Podcast. I'm Sean, stacking the money green, and he is Ryan.
Seriously, go do your deep dive yourself. Jimmy Butler, Michael Jordan, they're related.
Kramer, let it ride. Dong, dong.
Terrific snatch.